Welcome back to tonight's Sad Reality, where I'm going to be playing Celeste because I feel like it, and it definitely doesn't have anything to do with answering the question I'm already going to be asking at the start of the video of what can you do, like dying 3,565 times. In life, how much... Oh, what are my controls again? Oh yeah, it's this. It's gonna be a nightmare doing this. I can't remember the controls. Amazing, first death. Oh, that's so peak. I don't think anyone literally dies there. But hey, it's past midnight, what am I doing? But yeah, so in life, there are so many things you can do, right? And tonight I'm going to talk about whether life is a function of chance or persistence. Because I feel like it's like kind of the age-old question of like, you know, do people succeed because they're lucky or do they succeed through persistence? And perhaps both. I mean, you can get lucky, you can... This is a great chapter to start off if you don't remember the controls at all. Especially if you're not playing on a controller. But yeah, life's complicated sometimes, and there's the yin and yang, is it luck, is it persistence, does it really matter how much we try? And I don't know. I think sometimes we don't necessarily need to change the world, just trying to find our own corner of it. And the trick there is through persistence. Sometimes navigating life is not easy. In fact, I don't think there will ever be a case where it is easy. It'd be nice if it was, but much like our funny climbing game here, you're gonna have to keep moving in life. If you just sit there, you're not gonna do anything other than run up the speedrun timer, run up the clock. I don't really believe in keeping people up. Oh, the grab button is K. I need to remember this. Especially when I'm playing this chapter. I'm not doing Goldenberry. How about that? For consideration. In fact, I doubt I'm even gonna get far. I just know this chapter is a fire soundtrack, and I enjoy this game. Also, the speedruns of this game are sick, by the way. Dash a little too hard there. Don't overcomplicate it. Okay. Yeah, most people aren't powerless, they're just unfocused, kind of like how I make these videos, where it's really hard to focus and also play the game at the same time. It's kind of funny, I watched a lot of Ken play Clash Royale, and I'm like, he makes it look so easy to talk while playing the game. And I know part of that too, you can edit over the times where it's quieter, or the loading screen and stuff, but in a format where I'm just doing one take of all of this, it's going to be a little bit harder than it looks sometimes. And I want to get better at this too. Is that luck or persistence? I think that would be persistence, so add another tally to that. Can't remember hold K. I remember when I played this, I used to just hold K non-stop, and that's kind of dumb. Gosh, how do I want to do this? You just jump up this really fast. Not like that. But yeah, sometimes one decision can fix everything. I think there's a lot to be said in this strategy of this game as well, where it is like a bit of a chain reaction, so to speak, in life, and I think some people view that as luck as well. I mean, you make one video on YouTube and it'll pop off eventually, but after that, is it luck? Maybe, maybe not. I think only through persistence will you find a system that truly works. Or maybe I use it to fling me into the thing at the top. Like that, kind of. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's not obvious at all. And I didn't even dash there. We're racking up deaths again. But people wait for luck when they could be building skill. Like, you could be farming this game, you could be playing this, you could be getting better, or you just wait for the one time you mash the right wow, English is hard. The right combination of buttons, and then you find it. And sometimes it feels like people sometimes too, where you could go out of your way to search for people, or you could wait for the right people to come to you. And maybe there's merit to both of those, luck and persistence, but I know what I'm gonna do, and that's gonna strive until the day I die. Hopefully not. Striving can be a bad thing too, and that's when you overdo it. I think there's a level of ambitiousness that's good, and a level that's a little extreme, and I'm very cognizant and capable of both. Although I don't think that means I want both. I'm gonna struggle on screen too for this. There we go. I had to dash into it like that. I almost smacked the electrical thing. Oh, am I supposed to keep that the entire time? The dash. Kinda what it looks like. I think I'm supposed to like wrap around, hit that spring. Speedrun strats would literally just be like, you just go off screen, on screen, you hyper dash through it, and just conserve the momentum. Who cares about puzzles now when you can be 8 miles off the screen before the puzzle even finishes loading the hitboxes for all these? The scenery in the background is phenomenal, super well done. 10 out of 10 would animate again or something. But sometimes life, much like this game, you realize how much you suck at it. And maybe it needs a new way of looking at it, you know? Sometimes how it feels. New perspective can change everything. So what's the answer to the question I started today's video with? What can you do? Well, quite frankly, a lot. You can change the way you're looking at it, you can take a break, you can step away. There's so many options to it. And I'm not picking any of the right ones today. But that doesn't mean we always have to. There we go. Then the game gets hard and you gotta start learning like wave dashes and all sorts of stuff. I needed to hit that on the way down, dang it. Dash in the springs. The springs, the spikes, the springy spikes. Where do I want the video to go from here? Great question. Luck and our choices. I have no idea how to do this part. I'm sure it's super easy. Oh, I guess the spring on the thing will refresh my dash. That's a way to do it. I was thinking about having a speedrun timer on screen, is it lets me see how far I am into the video as well, so I can keep track of that. Because sometimes these go on forever, and I have to like work every day. And then I have another like 7-hour shift tomorrow. 7 hours? I don't even know. Yeah, no, 7 hours. What's the strategy? Ding dong. If life could be conquered through luck, I feel like that would also kind of make it incredibly boring, truthfully. I feel like there's so much we can do, and then we choose not to. Like flying into a spike at that angle. I wonder if you could demo dash that. I'm sure there's a way to do it. The angles are so important. In life, you can't guarantee success. You can only guarantee the amount of effort you put into things. And what I always find so interesting about that is it's so hard to give up some days, especially when you're so far into it. Like, I was kind of tired after tonight. We played some VR chat tonight because I was bored and a little lonely, and by we I mean like me and 8 other people. And it was fun. It was. And I was like, yeah, maybe I don't make a video tonight with this. But if I did, that would kill the entire thing I'm doing, where I'm trying to post 1 video a year, even if it means absolutely nothing, and the video quality is super low because I have no idea what I'm doing. That makes it fun, I guess. In some really weird way. It's gotta thrive for the challenge. So another thing for persistence on the board. Maybe it will mean something eventually, just that day is not today, I suppose. And the explosion hits that thing from behind. I had a feeling I was gonna do that, I just didn't think it was gonna actually happen. That's a funny one too. I can't imagine Golden burying this, that would be like insane. Then there's also like the secret room you have to do at the end, which I'm so glad that exists. Sometimes it feels like the more you try, also, the luckier you can get. There's 1 point for luck. Is kind of the assumption that, well, you have more chances, right? It's like gambling. If you just keep gambling, you'll eventually get that right opportunity. I'm impressed I did that in so few tries. How do we want to do this? Okay, now I'll do this. Jump over, dash. I'm gonna like way overcomplicate this in my head. It's also kind of funny how you can find unintended solutions here. And is that luck? I don't know. Maybe that's only something you would find through persistence as well. Chance doesn't necessarily mean surrender. What it does mean is a bit of a new opportunity. Gosh, how do I... Oh, I think I want to slip around it. Okay, I understand. Or I think I understand. I have an understanding that's probably going to be just really awful and really wrong. But with chance too, it doesn't necessarily... I need to focus. It doesn't... With unpredictability, sometimes that's where effort matters the most as well. When you don't know, that means you have just as many chances to try and figure out new things. Which I think is very cool. We should try new things more often. Like new games, this, that. Otherwise, life gets kind of boring, I feel anyways. Yay. Overcomplicating stuff again. Persistence isn't necessarily something people enjoy as well, but it is pretty effective. And I think that's true with just about any skill. I mean, there was a time I was trying to learn how to do art, for example, just because I think it's fun. And I think, again, there are so many things we can try, so why not do that? But it sucks too sometimes, because we're like, man, it's a lot of time I'm wasting. I could be playing any other game, and I'm like, well, I don't really enjoy the games that much, so maybe I ought to be more persistent in other things that I do want to enjoy, things that I could theoretically get good at, you know? And hopefully there's merit in that too. We never know. It's not something I necessarily stuck around with, because I know there are people that are better than me and can do it better, and as someone who enjoys art, I don't necessarily need to be the one to make it, quite frankly. I've never really seen that as my role. But I think it's cool just to learn how to, at the very least. I think I'm trying to rush this too much, because I've got a dash I can spare here with this. Just gotta be patient, take my time, make it happen. Like that. Precisely like that. But, persistence doesn't necessarily have to be something that starts or stops. Well, that's not true, it does have to start. What am I even saying? The Midnight Voice is talking. It's something that has to start, but it's kind of your choice when to stop being persistent, and I don't think we ever have to stop, but certainly the amount can vary. I think when you truly give up on something, it's dead. But hopefully most things in life won't die for that reason, and you can continue to enjoy them. But kind of only through that hard work and, you know, seeing those things last, only then will you be able to really make it something out of it. These talks feel so lost some days. Today's work started pretty normal, pretty good, and then at the end, people made it unbearable, and I'm like, why? It's hard to collect thoughts and keep stuff there. I had coworkers who were like swearing over the radio and stuff, and I'm like, man, this is the life we live. Why? Why does it have to be this? I wish it didn't have to be. But maybe it doesn't have to be for that much longer anyways. Because I hope, and I truly hope, that greater things will come eventually. But through persistence and effort and maybe a lot of time, will that eventually be realized. Like beating that level. Okay. I think I will keep tonight's episode a little bit shorter though. I don't really have too much to say other than life sometimes sucks, reality can be sad, as is kind of the theme of this channel. And I guess kind of the theme of this chapter 2 in the game, didn't really think of that either. Eventually we have to come to terms with that too, that we have to try. And without that, what else do we really have? So, I will attempt to, I was supposed to say, I'm going to attempt to first clear this, and if it doesn't happen, I'm going to log off for the night. So, that's been tonight's sad reality. You can do a lot more than you think, and all that, I suppose, have a good rest of your night.